What's up, guys? It's the Ginger and
the Bear.
We still are working on an intro, but we'll get there. I don't know how we're gonna do it exactly yet.
Here in the Bat Cave.
I feel like I'm definitely Robin and you'd be Batman in this situation. But that being said, guys, we've got another event this weekend. It's crazy. I think any sort of fight would sort of be a disappointment after a McGregor card. Yeah. But I am actually more excited for more fights on this card than I was about the McGregor card, because that one was damn top heavy.
It's got some good stuff.
That was more top heavy than Tito Ortiz.
Or Misha Tate.
Anyway, we're breaking down Curtis Blaydes versus Junior Dos Anjos. Dos Santos.
Dos Santos, yeah.
Dos Anjos is in the co-main event. And all of these Brazilian names, right?
Yeah, RDA is not fighting a heavyweight.
There's RDA versus JDS.
JDS. So...
This is probably the matchup of the worst cage cutter versus the person most vulnerable to cage cutting. Yeah. So it's like the worst cage cutter versus the fighter who's worst at getting backed up onto the cage, to the point where he almost backs himself up to the cage, and it's not even really in response to cage cutting. It's in response to like any movement.
I think Dos Santos gets this.
You think JDS is gonna get it?
I think Junior gets this.
I really disagree, just because Curtis actually has a great shot for a heavyweight. Junior's takedown defense, it's good, but it's not phenomenal. And I don't actually even necessarily think that it's going to be a takedown, but when Blaydes fights another orthodox fighter, he does really like to mix in his overhand right into that dipping double, which is not something that a lot of heavyweights are frankly athletic enough to do.
Sure.
And I think the fact that, I think Curtis Blaydes, his bad cage cutting is canceled out by Junior's just terrible tendency.
So I think...
Basically, all I'm saying is... and Junior carries his front left hand very low, and he stands very square for a boxing-oriented fighter.
He has a nice straight right.
It's pretty.
He has a nice straight right, and it has a lot of power on it. And the kryptonite for Blaydes is that power. He's been knocked out so many times against monsters, to be fair.
It is heavyweight.
But, Junior... We know that he has the power to knock almost anybody out.
Here's my thing. I think Curtis Blaydes, I don't even think he has a bad chin, to be honest. I just think he's predictable, and it's heavyweight.
Sure.
So if you watch any of Blaydes' fights, it's very clear that he has a very specific game plan that his corner has given him to execute like very, very specific movements. In specific fights, he'll basically he'll do a duck over and over again. So he'll like walk in range, duck. Yeah. And he has specific behavior patterns. You can tell his camp's ingrained in him, but they're not behavior patterns that build into multiple options.
Sure.
They're behavior patterns that become predictable and don't threaten multiple things. So good strikers like Ngannou, who are good at making reads on the fly, are able to really take advantage of that quickly. And in the Ngannou fight, he kept doing this over and over again, but he didn't completely get behind it. And Ngannou, just with the small gloves, went over the top of his jab. I could see JDS doing that, and it's damn heavyweight. I hate making predictions for heavyweight. But I think because Junior carries himself square, and he does have a tendency to keep his left hand low, I think he's going to walk himself back on the fence, lower his hands even further, and eat an overhead right from Curtis Blaydes.
That would be interesting. But
I don't know if he'll go out from it, but I think that if he eats the overhand right, Curtis will get the takedown. And when he does have somebody on the ground, he is relatively good at working for a takedown.
I honestly think that Blaydes is just not very good. I mean, I could say about a whole bunch of stuff in the heavyweight division.
I feel like people either really overrate him or really underrate him. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm definitely one of those people that underrate him.
He doesn't. He really doesn't have like a good win yet.
No, he doesn't. He does. And every time he's got at that shot to go to like, the next level, he's always failed. He's always
he beat Overeem.
Yeah, I mean that.
But that's one's hard because Reem is so inconsistent, right? That's why I'm like, it's rough. Dos Santos is a more proven fighter for sure.
Yes, yeah, and if he fights the way that he knocked out Kane, did he knock out Kane? Yeah. The first fight that he knocked out Kane. Because I was getting confused between the first and second. Because I know he got fucked up by Kane.
2, 3, 4. The most meaningless whatever. What do you even call something past a trilogy? That was awful. I hated that. That was the like worst part of the heavyweight division in UFC history. I hated that. Yeah. Cain Velasquez. It's like, oh, who's he fighting? Is it Bigfoot fucking Silva? Or is it JDS? Because it's one of the damn two. I could see it going your way for sure, though. Yeah. I think it either goes Curtis has a very specific readable behavior pattern. JDS takes advantage of it and knocks him out, or JDS backs himself to the cage, squats, lowers his left hand, eats an overhand right, then taken down to TKO.
Yeah.
And I think it's first round.
Yeah, I definitely think it's first round too. I would say it's in Junior's favor. And
I favor Curtis. I do favor Curtis. That being said, guys, tell us down below what you think. Let us know if we changed your mind too. I'm super curious. Yeah. We don't always agree, guys. We don't always agree.
We don't always suck each other's dick in the arguments, but when we do, we go it hard.
It's damn heavyweight MMA too, guys. It's basically a flip of a coin. Like you never know what's gonna happen.
Junior's gonna win. Junior's gonna win by a watch. He's gonna knock that motherfucker out. And
I love Junior. I love him. Yeah. He's so great. That being said, guys, tell us down below. Ginger and the Bear, like the video. If you think Junior's gonna win, dislike it. If you think Blaydes Curtis is gonna win. Let's have a little poll going in the comments. Let us know, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.